Jenny, Michael is over at my house right now. Good evening, Linda. Is that so? I haven't heard anything about that. He's talking about you made a nasty pasta yesterday. What is he talking about? What? He said it was delicious. I think he's just trying to be nice. Are you sure you can cook? Michael said it was too nasty. He doesn't want to eat there, so he came over. I can't believe you make him eat nasty foods. I see. I could eat it just fine though. Maybe it might not have suited Michael's taste. What are you talking about? What he eats is very important, you know? Right. You're just not good at cooking. I've heard him complain about the same thing. This is the first time I've heard about this. I had no idea he felt that way. You're a housewife. You should cook to satisfy your husband. Yeah, I know. Maybe you should take a class or use an app to help you with recipes. Why don't you learn to cook on your own? Okay. Anyways, Michael said he's going to eat here. He'd rather eat the food I made. I understand. Thank you. Hey, Jenny, Michael is here again. What? Again? Well, he said you use a different laundry detergent. Huh? That's the reason he's there? That's just ridiculous. What's ridiculous about it? You know he has sensitive skin, right? I didn't know it was that bad. He said he smelled something funny when he changed his clothes and it made him nauseous. He came to tell me that he wants me to do his laundry. I would have changed the detergent if he told me. Why does he always run to you? Michael's a nice boy, so he probably couldn't tell you. He's not a child. I wouldn't force Michael to use things he doesn't like. Why did you suddenly change the laundry detergent? What? Is there a need to tell you every time? I like the smell of it, so I used it. You really are a very inconsiderate wife, aren't you? That kind of sloppiness is what sticks out at Michael. Poor Michael. Huh? Michael has always been a very sensitive boy. So whenever I changed something, I'd always check with him. Check with him? Yes, like I changed the ketchup. I changed the toilet paper to single rolls. I changed the body soap. Oh, really? Even down to such small details? Yes, I told you he is sensitive. I'm not as careless as you. Michael doesn't have to feel surprised and uncomfortable. Maybe it was you who made him develop that habit. And I'm not careless either. You have to treat him with care. I don't feel comfortable leaving him in the hands of a stranger. Don't call me a stranger. Anyway, I'll talk to Michael once he comes home. Oh, Michael says he won't go home today. What? You mean he's staying over? Yes. Wouldn't it be exhausting to be around someone as careless as you? I told you I'm not careless. I'm working full time and still doing house chores. I don't have enough time. Don't blame it on work. You yourself is the problem. If you think it's because of your job, why don't you quit? What? I can't do that. That's what it is. I hope you think about all of this for Michael's sake. Good evening, Glenda. Can I ask, is Michael there with you? Yes, he's here. He just had dinner and now he's relaxing. I see. Then I didn't have to rush home. I texted him. You did? I told him I had to work overtime and I'll be home late. I finished up as fast as I could, went grocery shopping, and when I came home, he wasn't home. It would have been nice if he had informed me in advance that he was going there. I still had some work to do. What? Are you saying it's not okay for him to be here? No, it's not that. I just came home after a long day. I just wish he had given me a heads up. What's wrong with that? It's your fault for working so late, right? That's true, but as long as I'm working, there's nothing I can do about it. I have responsibilities too. You don't really care about your husband, huh? No, it's not that. Michael works for an elite company. I don't get why do you have to work so hard? I wish you take care of Michael more. He works so hard. Huh? If you take good care of him, he wouldn't have the need to come to my house. Yes, I'm sorry. Jenny, I have to tell you something. What is it? I'm thinking of having a Christmas party at our house. Really? I feel like it's the first time since we got married. Yes, it is. We've been calling it off lately because of all the sickness going around. I see. I'm thinking of inviting my sister and her family. That would be nice. I haven't seen them in a while. I'd love to see them. So, I've been thinking of making a nice meal. Could you help me? Of course. Then can I ask you to do shopping when you come to my house? Yeah, sure. I want to get those cakes that's been going viral on social media. What? It's like $30 a piece. There will be a lot of people, so we need to buy Christmas decorations too. Come on. I want to go all out for Christmas, you know? I want my sister to try those cakes too. Well, yes, but if it's within your budget, I'll buy it for you. Please do. I really want to try it. Okay. It'll get crowded, so we'll have to get there early. Then I'll make a reservation for you. Please do. And since it's Christmas, we'll need roast chicken, right? Can you get some too? I also want to have some pasta and some salad. So can you order some of that too? That's a lot of food, isn't it? You have a car, so it should be fine. I don't think I can go to the store by myself. No problem. I'll have Michael help me. What? Michael is going to stay here the day before. Really? He said he'll come the night before so he could have some good sleep. Your son is so careless. Huh? No, never mind. But I think it's too much to do by myself. That's the least you could do. What? You always put work first. You should at least try your best for your family on Christmas, right? I don't care how much of a stranger you are. At least act like a family member. Please don't call me a stranger. I'm part of the family too. Don't get too sassy. I understand. I'll do my best to go around by myself. It will be around noon, but please wait for me. Okay, I'll wait for you. Thank you. Jenny, what are you doing? Why are you not here yet? My sisters got here before you. How long are you going to make us wait? I'm sorry. It's crowded everywhere. It's taking a while. I left first thing in the morning, though. You're totally useless. How can you say I'm useless when I'm the one who has to do all the shopping? It was a lot of work to do all this by myself. That's normal as a wife. You always act like it's someone else's problem. That's not true. I'm sure I'll get there soon. Please enjoy chatting with everyone for a while. Do you think you're the one who's in charge? You must have misunderstood something. Excuse me? It's not like you're the one in charge or anything. Why should we bend over backward for someone like you who's always just on the sidelines? Oh, excuse me. I got carried away with the Christmas spirit. I spoke a bit too assertively. I apologize. Instead of wasting time with misunderstandings, just hurry up and bring the food. You're not being helpful in times of need. It's frustrating. Glenda, you don't have to say all that. It's Christmas. Every popular restaurants are busy. I have to wait for a while. It's crowded everywhere. Geez, you're so naggy. Stop complaining and just bring us the food. I'm sorry. I'll hurry. Jenny, text me back. Why did you leave right before we were going to eat the cake? We were all looking forward to having a great Christmas party and you've just ruined it. Seriously? Do you know what you just did? What are you talking about? Stop acting like you don't know anything. What was that about? What? Are you mad about the cake? I can't give you the fancy one. If you're hungry, go eat some dog food. You know what? I bought that fancy cake, remember? I went out of my way to make the reservation and even went out there early to be in line. I was all excited, thinking everyone would be happy, but dog food? Seriously? What were you thinking? Oh, really? Be grateful you even got food. Besides, I bought everything with my own money. You have no idea how much it cost me. I haven't even got paid for it. It's unacceptable. I mean, you've been working late every day, right? You probably get paid enough, so this is nothing. Huh? It's Christmas, so stop complaining so much. Who do you think you are to even have some fancy cake? A useless wife like you, leeching off others, deserves nothing but dog food. What? You're nothing but a stranger, not even related by blood. You're no better than a dog. Are you being serious? Why would you think I'm joking? Well, if you're going to say that, then fine. I'd divorce Michael without hesitation. What? Why is divorce suddenly on the table? Don't you think you're overreacting? No, I've been thinking about it for a while. What? What's going to happen to Michael? He's mostly staying with you, right? What's the point of being married if he's never home? When I messaged him about the cake incident earlier, you know what he said? Isn't that obvious? Don't think a useless stranger like you can eat expensive cake? That's my boy. I guess he thinks of you the same way I do. I told him there's no point in being married like this anymore and suggested divorce. He told me to do whatever I want. So that means he wants a divorce too, right? I see. I guess you don't have a choice. Seems like you lack the awareness of being a proper wife, huh? Well, that's what I was hoping for, though. I see. So that's how it is. Your family is quite something. You all are terrible. I've had enough. I'm glad I could finally divorce him. Oh, aren't you straightforward? Well, say what you want. After all, you're just a stranger who'll never be a part of our family, right? I'll pack my bags and leave. Sure, go ahead and do that. Don't worry about Michael. He'll be fine as long as he got me. Good. I'll send you the divorce papers. Tell Michael to sign it so we can finalize it. I'll take care of it. I'll make sure they're filed. Jenny, pick up the phone. Can you at least text me back? What is it? I'm working. Jenny, where do you live now? Why do I have to tell you? You're a stranger. You don't have to be so harsh. I have better things to do. What do you want? Wait a moment. Actually, Michael has been behind on his rent. It's for last month's rent. When I checked, it seems he won't be able to pay this month's either. I figured. I've been the one who's been paying it. Why? I thought he was the one paying for it. You're his mother and you don't know anything about it? Michael is out of work. He's been unemployed for a year already. What? Unemployed? So I've been covering not only the rent, but also all the living expenses. I thought it was outrageous to kick me out. But I was fed up too, so I decided to go through with the divorce. What do you mean he's not working? He was working for an elite company, but he complained too much about how he doesn't get paid enough. He doesn't like his boss and his coworkers are useless. After all the complaining, he decided to quit without even discussing it with me. Basically, he couldn't keep up with the demands of that tough job market. Oh no, he's a hard worker. Didn't you find it strange that he was always at your house? What? Michael was hanging out there during the day every day. Normally, he would still be at work till the evening. You didn't find it strange that he would go over to your house during the day? Well, that's true. That's right. So I had to work late every day. He did some part-time jobs and went to an employment service centers, but nothing lasted. And what do you think happened next? I don't know. He said, I'm working anyway, so there's no need for him to work. I really thought he was a jerk. He's the husband and he doesn't do anything, but you would say terrible things to me. That's when I started thinking about divorcing him. Michael told me you have your own business. Is it true? Yes, it was a hobby, but then I started making money off of it, so I decided to make it a business. I didn't know that. That's why I've been working so late. I've been working so hard, and your son is always at home being lazy. Spent the whole year being a bum, just eating snacks and watch movies all day. I see. Despite that, he would go to your place and complain about me. You two are really assholes. Assholes? What a terrible thing to say. He's unemployed. There's no way he can pay the rent. Well, then pay for it. You have your own business. I'm sure you have money. Why would I do that? We are strangers, remember? I'm no better than a dog, right? That's a figure of speech. Please forget it. How can I forget? After all the horrible things you said, there's no reason for me to pay the rent anymore. You two were married, so why don't you help him out? We barely spend time together and he's always with you. Is that how a married couple should be? I'm just a stranger to him. Don't say that. Why don't you just get back together? Have you lost your mind? You can still get back together. Then you can pay for the rent. I bet Michael can't live without you. How convenient. I'm never going to get back with that bum, and I won't pay for his rent either. Why would I even do that? We're divorced. He's a stranger. I'll tell you again, you two are strangers to me. Please don't depend on me. Please, Jenny. If you're so worried, why don't you tell him to live with you? He doesn't have to stay in that apartment. You have space for him. I can't. I'm living on a pension. I can't afford to take care of him. I can't pay for the rent too. So if you get back together and pay the rent, we won't have any problems. It's fine, right? Fine? What the hell do you think I am? I told you, I'm a stranger. If you want to ask for someone's help, ask your relatives. I can't. That's too embarrassing. I think it's more embarrassing to ask a stranger like me. You're his ex-wife. I could care less. Why don't you ask your son to get a job instead? He's been unemployed and playing around for a year now. Unless you change your son, you'll have a hard time for the rest of your life. This is no longer my concern. Goodbye. Jenny, wait. Are you really not going to help us? Are you just going to give up on us like this? Absolutely. I'll be the stranger you wanted me to be. Don't ever try to reach out again. Oh no. What am I supposed to do? After that, my ex-mother-in-law had no choice but to start working part-time. However, she was disliked by everyone around her. She had a hard time keeping one job for a long time. Michael, on the other hand, being unemployed for a year made it hard for him to find a job. I heard they're always fighting each other. About me, I bought myself a small space and been trying to work hard every day. I want to work hard to create designs that satisfy my clients even more than now.